Good morning, YouTubers. It's early in the morning. Yes, I have my breast cancer symbol to represent the fight and the struggle. Um, it's been a while. I've had my surgery. I'm still in the process of healing. I went to my plastic surgeon about 2 days ago. He said that everything is, my hair is really standing up. He said that everything is healing well. So, in a couple months, being that I had reconstruction, in a couple months he's going to go back and form the breast, which I would show it, but I don't know if I would offend anyone, and I really don't want to. So they had to remove the nipple, and it's kind of just like, to me, like they kind of pulled it up and sewed it around. It's kind of like that. I don't think it's the cutest, but at the end of the day, to save my life, this is what I had to do. To all my people who are out there going through it, like, there's always a silver lining to the end. I don't even know where my silver lining is yet, but there's some silver lining to the end. Currently, at this present time, I am in an undisclosed spot. The Miles Perez Center does a retreat, and they take 7 women out, you know, just for us to relax and, you know, share our story, get to know something about somebody else, and it's been really nice. Like last night we slept, woke up this morning. I mean, shout out to the Miles Perez Center, because they're like, if you drop something, we want to pick it up. We do not want y'all to do anything. Relax all weekend. So they're in there. They said breakfast will start at 8:30. You know, me and all the rest of the ladies are up. All I can say is, let me see if I can flip this camera. I really can't. But this is our view. And when I tell you that this moment right here, I feel like should be my silver lining, but at the same time, I know that there's more to me than what I'm going through. So, like I said, if I can reach one person and make sure that they get a mammogram, and make sure that an ultrasound and a mammogram together does not say if you have cancer, like push for your biopsy, I mean, if it's an extra couple dollars you have to pay, if it is, you know, money that you have to borrow, it is worth your life. It is worth your life. There are some women who are in here who have went through cancer 25 years ago, and, you know, just thought that they were in the clear, and unfortunately they weren't, you know. I'm hoping that my radiation minimizes a lot. I know y'all hear that water. Them waves are coming in bigger and bigger. I'm the only one out here. But anyway, this is very peaceful. Right now, you know, like from the beginning, my mindset has always been strong. I really believe, and like we talked about in discussion yesterday, like, it's mind over matter. If you are diagnosed with anything, diabetes, cancer, the flu, shucks, let's start simple, a cold, a common cold. I mean, your mind has a lot to do with your healing. Your mind has a lot to do with the process of you being better and getting better. Now, on the life of the side, it's like 2 people have asked me to speak to their events in October. And like I said, if I can change just one life. So whenever I went to South Carolina, I interchanged numbers with the person. And when this person called me, they're like, you know, I'm sitting back watching what you're doing, and because of what you're doing, you know, I wouldn't go get myself checked. You know, I have other friends, you know, closer to home, and they're like, you know, my doctor said it was one thing. I went to the doctor again. I made sure I got a biopsy. I made sure, you know, that my thing is that I'm a nurse, okay? Like, I always knew I wanted to be a nurse. I always wanted to take care of people. I always wanted to help people. But whenever you're out here getting, for one, they're making us pay for health care. but we're not getting the best. Y'all want top dollar, and we're not even getting the best treatment. So I really think that sucks. It's not much I could do about it alone. So, like I said, I'm just going to take in this weekend, enjoy myself, relax myself, you know. Thanks to look at my hair. Oh my God, I'm embarrassed. I didn't put nothing to lay it down. But all month, my haircuts will be breast cancer. I'm going to make this just like one of my signature, a signature little something. Shout out to my barber. I ain't gonna say your name, because then when your shop go over flood, you're gonna be looking at me like, this is why I ain't got time for life. but you know who you are. Shout out. I don't know, like, through this journey, it's just been like, people who I wouldn't have never thought would turn on me have turned on me. People who I thought would always be there aren't there. People who I least expected to be there are showing up and showing out. So I think God is just trying to redirect me, you know, in the situation where I felt like I had it all. Like, I felt like my life was complete. And then this happens, and it's like, where are my friends? You know, where's some of my family? Like, I don't feel that I should have been going through what I'm going through, and at the same time using my cancer as like a pity. You know, some people wanted me to use my cancer as a pity, as a story, but it's not. Like, I'm not gonna act like I'm sick if I'm not. I'm not. Now I'm about to go through radiation, which is really, really nerve-wracking, because for one, I said I didn't want to do it. I said I didn't want to go through radiation, but being that it traveled to my lymph nodes, I kind of have to. So, like, I'm going through therapy or whatever for physical therapy. And I do see a counselor. Nothing's wrong with that. Some people think like, oh, you see a therapist, you crazy. Or you see a counselor, something wrong. No, like, I could sit down and vent to her like I talk to y'all. I could talk to her like I talk to my best friend. And what I do know is what means to where it's confidential. It's confidential. It's just bad. And this isn't dealing with cancer. This is dealing with life. It's bad whenever you think you have someone to talk to, and the whole time you're talking to them, like they're talking to somebody else about what you didn't talk to them about. Don't get me wrong, in my younger days, I did that. But I'm like, with this situation, God has transformed me. Everybody who knows me knows my mouth. I'm not sassy. I just say what I gotta say. Which this, like I said, this process has humbled me to not, you know, to kind of think before I speak, because there's a lot of things that you put out into the universe that you can't take back. You know, it doesn't matter how many times you say I'm sorry, or I didn't mean it, or my bad, or my fault. Somebody might be offended. So that's one of the last things I'm trying to do. But what I will do, on the other hand, is enjoy this scene. Hopefully we get in this boat. What about it? Hopefully we get in that boat. Because I've never been on a boat. I really can't swim. That's why I'm going out, like, only certain like, because I'm like, okay, if anything happened, I can swim from here to there. Okay, I can't tread water, but I will float, swim on top of the water, doggy paddle, whatever it takes. But last night, whenever I came out here, it's like the water was calm and the fishes were jumping out the water. Unfortunately, they don't have fishing poles, for one. But for two, I'm terrified to touch a live fish. I don't like the feeling. Now, you put it in 350 for 10 minutes and then you come holler at me, because I'm greedy like that. But, I don't know. Everybody just stay uplifted. You know, if you're going through something right now, it's going to get better, you know, and also think about the fact that somebody has it worse than you. So there goes the fish. They're ready to play. They're ready to play. But if one jump on this billboard thing, I'm going to run. I'm going to leave my toothbrush and my toothpaste, because I just finished brushing my mouth. And I just had to come outside and get this breeze. Somebody had asked me, look my silver lining. That's what I was asking for. Look at God. I tell everybody, God has a sense of humor. But I just want everybody to stay uplifted, you know, do something positive for a day, or, you know, break one of these generational curses that they have going on. You know, at the end of the day, I'm spiritual. I don't really bring that on here. I just kind of want y'all to, you know, see me, see what I'm going through. Yeah, I have been kind of busy, literally, with like therapy twice a week, the doctor, appointments. It's that still hasn't stopped. I'm blessed enough to say that I can make my moves by myself, but I always have my little 1-2 with me. You know, I have a cousin who's in South Carolina. She's stuck it out with me through the whole thing. She's made me see a lot of things differently. She made me feel a lot of different ways. And, you know, the other day I just had to call her and thank her, you know, because it was on my heart that she opened up my eyes to some of my wrongdoings. So in future reference, if somebody's telling you something about yourself, don't always take it as criticism. Take it as constructive criticism. Because if they love you like they say, they only want what's best for you. So the thing is that you have to want what's best for yourself. So for my right-hand man, who is First Sergeant Kane, Boast, Boss, however she wants to pronounce her name. But it's like, my shout out goes out to her because she's a military woman, but every day she made time for me. And if it wasn't every day, it was every other day. And if we weren't talking or video chatting, we was texting. And she motivated me a lot. Like, words can't express, you know. If I had to cry tears right now, which I'm kind of fighting back, it would be tears of joy just to know that I have that one person. So, like I told the woman when she was getting a mammogram the other day, whenever I went to the hospital for an ultrasound, I was like, you know, she was kind of dissing her friend, like, you always joking and this, and this. And I'm like, baby, for what you're going through, any laugh is going to count. Any laugh is every laugh. Not any, every laugh is going to count. Because you need somebody by your side. You know, I had my sister who was there. I had my kid's father who was there to help me. My motivation, my cousin Lori, my friend Sharina, my dad. It's just like, but in the meantime, it was like, well, where's such and such? You know, where is this friend? Where is that friend? Where's God's silver lining? But anyway, I just want to thank y'all who watch my videos. I want to start getting more into it. You know, it's October, so I'll probably start posting more, you know, different places I go, different places I do. Like I said, my whole thing to start a YouTube channel was to let other people know what I'm going through. Cancer is not something I decided to have. My diagnosis was first, like I said, first it was, oh no, you don't have cancer, then you do. So I just felt like that was a test. Throughout this whole time, I haven't worked. God has made a way. God's made many ways. And it wasn't easy. It was kind of stressful whenever you're wondering what's next, or what's going to happen next, or what's going on. I was like, but I just feel like He's a way maker. And even to the end, He always makes a way, and I always end up with a smile. You know, throughout this situation, April 14th, 2019, I lost one of my best friends due to a motorcycle accident. And on those days that I feel like giving up, I can hear his voice saying, come on, Mom, you got it. You're the strongest woman I know. You're the strongest woman I know. You're intelligent. Everything that I would get in those text messages, I just go back to. Sometimes, you know, just because for one, I miss my friend. We have been friends for years, decades. And I knew one thing, like he was always that peace of mind to take me away from everything that was a problem, everything that was going on. When I needed help with my kids, you know, if I just needed somebody to talk to, he was there. You know, come on, mom, let's go take a ride. You know, whatever. Let's go hop on the bike. Wasn't familiar with it. I don't like no motorcycle. I didn't like it then. I really don't like it now. But you know, he was just that person. So I had a right and a left, and God called my first right home. So in return, my left moves to my right, because for one, my right side is what I'm struggling with, and that's my dominant side. So I felt like I didn't have any power. I felt like, you know, and this is more than physical. I felt like I didn't have the power. But whenever you have people out here rooting for you to get better, and you seeing your kids every day, you know, which aren't saying anything, but they have that look of concern, like, what's going on, or are you going to get better, or when is your hair going to grow back? Like, y'all will be surprised. Y'all will be surprised the thing that goes through a woman's mind. We have one woman here that has 6 kids. And like she said, at the end of the day, it turns into a fight that's not ours. We do what we have to do for our kids. And like I said, I just felt like mine was a job. You know, I wasn't working. My kids' dad helped enough to where I didn't have to work, and still currently don't have to work. But everybody's not blessed like that. So I look at the highs and I look at the lows. But at the end, I'm like, I'm to the end of this journey. I hope I don't have to go through this again. I'm going to speak that into the universe. I'm one of those people. I'm going to speak it into the universe that it's not never going to happen again. I feel like God did this for me for my own personal reasons. I have my personal reasons. And it's not blame. I don't blame God. I don't blame anybody, you know. And the crazy thing is, as younger as these women are getting that's having breast cancer, I mean, some are 18, 19 years old. It's like, what happened to cancer being a word that you used to whisper about an older person? You know, now it's like you have to speak louder because people still aren't hearing. Hey, you're 18. Yes, I understand going to the club. I understand wanting to be with your friends. But check your boobs. Check your boobs. If you feel something, don't just disregard it. Don't disregard it. Go the whole 9 for your life. You're worth it. I love y'all, and y'all have a good one. I'm going to enjoy this water. Bye.